Hello again, and welcome to Crime and Music. I'm your host, Brian J. Kinsley, and with me, as always, my friend Ben Ruppel.
Brian, you look like a big piece of smoking hot pile of mess today.
That's pleasant of
You're
you
welcome.
to say. Thank you.
This is, by the way, everybody, this is our second attempt at this intro. We got about one minute into our last, and Brian actually started doing our last podcast again. But we're good. We're on track. I'm
good. Awake. I'm here.
I woke him up this morning.
He did. Ben roused me out of bed at the early hour of like 9:30. It's been a rough couple weeks, man. I have not been feeling well.
He was in the bathroom yelling, "I'll be there in a minute."
My wife is home from her school of teaching because she's got the kids. Those kids are petri dishes, man. They got her sick, and so I think she's spreading it around, but...
Yeah, there's just sickness going around this time of the year. That's all there is to it.
We're here for you guys every other Wednesday to bring you another true crime podcast about people in and around the music business and their misadventures into law breaking.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, go on a journey with us today as we're going to go into another musical star and talk about what they did and how it was good, and then it was bad.
That went bad.
So, you ready?
I am. I got my no 7-Ups today.
No, today is going to be an oddly non-alcoholic version. So.
No, I got a big fat cup of coffee, and Brian's got a 5-liter thing of water. He's double filtered. You know.
I like the double filtered water because I don't trust the first one, so I want to make sure. Like the first one is made by like Germans, and then the second one's made by Swedish, and I'm like, let's see who's got better quality control.
Just keep running through.
You could probably just drink tap water, and it would be totally fine. Honestly,
I do. Well, I live up there by that Flint area, but we do not have that same water system. Thank God. We do have good water. We get our water pumped in from Detroit, and that's pretty. From what I've read. It's pretty clean water. I'm happy with it. I like the taste of my water. It's good water.
I feel like some billionaires tricked us into buying water in plastic bottles a couple years ago.
You think so, dude?
I think so.
100%.
So.
Hey, I'll say something you can literally walk over there and get for free.
That's a deal. I will pay you for something I already have shipped to my house.
And bonus, it's going to wreck the earth.
Oh, that's good. I should buy more of those then.
All right. I can wreck the earth and pay for it? Let me down.
Let's get into some more music. That doesn't really wreck the earth. This time, I think it actually makes it better. Occasionally, we'll get into some artists that we don't like, but you know what? I found some that they're pretty enjoyable this week, so stand back.
You know, we've had some artists that I liked, and then at the end of this thing, I was like, oh, kind of a sleazeball. And then a few that I had a lot of compassion for, I think. Not maybe I felt a little sorry for.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's fire it off this week and see... as we do, if you can guess the guest.
Guess the guest.
Why is that not recording?
See, we have problems. You know, this is always a part of the podcast where we can't figure out how to hit the right things. Now, Brian, I'm just going to let our audience know what Brian's doing. He's looking really hard at a computer. There it is.
Not going through, though.
That wasn't going through?
It wasn't. Let's try.
All right, more buttons. We did this the last time.
We did do this the last time.
I swear, people, we're not just recycling our old podcasts here. We're screwing up every time the same way for your enjoyment.
You guys.
All right.
Continuous
All right. Well, I only got until the end of this song to guess who it is, so get on your horse.
We're right up there. Are you ready?
I'm good. Let's go.
Right. The Ohio Kid.
Ohio Kid. LeBron James?
No. Good answer. Solid.
All right.
Donny Young.
Donny Young.
Donny Young.
Donnie Wahlberg?
Ooh,
was there a Donnie Wahlberg?
There is a Donnie Wahlberg.
It's not it, though.
It is not him. Remember, they're from Boston.
Oh, yeah, the Wahlbergs. Oh, we're getting a Wahlberg burger joint here.
I have never been, but they say it's good.
Oh, well, by me anyway. Okay. All right. What? Don from Ohio. All right, go ahead.
Yep, it's a Don from Ohio. The last one is just his actual name. I love these.
Why didn't we start with this, Brian?
We should have. I thought Ohio Kid got you. Donald Eugene Lytle. Don Lytle.
No, I have a feeling he has a stage name. I'm hoping.
He does.
Don. It's not Don McLean or Don. Is all right. No. I'm running through Don's. I'm thinking maybe his first name is Don Rickles. Don. Can I say that?
That'll be edited. Don't worry. Don't eat too many hot dogs.
Don't eat too many. God. All right. Don Henley.
Ooh, you named a lot of Dons in music that I didn't even think about.
These are the Dons I know. These are the Dons I know. All right, no, what do we got?
Johnny Paycheck.
Johnny Paycheck.
Johnny Paycheck.
All right, no, I wouldn't have guessed Johnny Paycheck.
Originally born Donald Eugene Lytle, May 31st, 1938.
I'm gonna have a tough time not saying Donny Paycheck now, because I know his name's Don.
You can call him Donnie. That's fine.
Well, his name's Johnny Paycheck. Well, I mean that's his stage name.
He has a couple.
I hope you get into why his last name is Paycheck.
I do.
All right, good.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right, May 31st, 1938, born Donald Eugene Lytle in Greenfield, Ohio, USA. Son of a barge worker.
A barge worker in Ohio. Was this the Erie Canal?
We are close, yes.
Or the Ohio River?
Greenfield, Ohio is a village in Highland and Ross counties.
Is that down by like Cincinnati, you think, or something?
It's like middle southwest. Like you go right from the dead center of Ohio, go south about, a couple hundred miles, and west a couple hundred miles. Booyah, right in there.
So Columbus? I don't know if that's... Where's there water in Ohio? I mean, there's a couple rivers that keep Ohio where it's at, but barge worker.
Could have been a land barge.
Those are called trucks, Brian.
He's a land barge worker.
A land barge worker.
As of 2010 census, the population of Greenfield, Ohio is 4,639 people.
All right.
Since the population is lower than 5,000 people, it's no longer a major city, and they don't have a mayor.
Okay.
Technically, it's a village.
We don't have a mayor.
We
got
manager.
tons of people. We have a city. Yeah, we have a supervisor.
We just switched around here from village to city like 2 election cycles ago, so it's all fucked up.
It's just words, man. Just words.
Time is just a construct. It doesn't really exist.
Okay.
Russell Brand. Look it up. Age 6, 1944. Donny, starts playing guitar. He'd play on the street corners for tips.
For tips?
For tips.
All right.
And within 3 years, Donnie started playing talent contests all over Ohio.
You got to think about it. If you're playing on the street, like many musicians, especially some of our older ones did.
Busking.
Yeah, they were busking, and they would do this to raise a little bit of money. But you know what? Hone their craft.
Oh, definitely.
And it also gave them the ability to hear no or to have failure and not be dissuaded by failure, I think, because people probably gave him shit all the time.
Oh, I bet. Negative feedback.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, playing in front of a live audience, you get better quicker.
Yeah. Unlike some of our new artists who never.
No, YouTube, SoundCloud artists who don't get in front of the crowd.
Who that 9 guy?
Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. You were saying he just came up through stuff he put on the internet, so he never had people yelling at him on stage.
You look mad cool, yo. You should be a rapper.
I'm not a
Good
gay
idea.
ice cream truck.
Good idea.
All right. He's playing on street corners.
Donnie leaves home at age 15. He starts hoboing, riding the rails as a drifter.
Huh. Another hoboer.
More hobos.
All right.
It comes up. We get back to Merle, let me tell you.
A lot of bindles.
Put your bindle in the pile over by the corner. He would perform in the bars and clubs as the Ohio Kid.
The Ohio Kid.
Yeah, him and Slim Chipley.
I'm just saying, if I was from Ohio, I wouldn't make that known.
I wouldn't tell people.
No, Florida and Ohio, I'd be like, yeah, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the South.
All across the plains and shores, they're coming to America. I just say America. America. About 1950s, Donnie joins the Navy, and he gets an assignment working on a gasoline crew on an aircraft carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fun,
right?
Aircraft carrier.
Okay, so
Do you know which aircraft carrier?
I don't. But in the 50s,
was it a
there
Nimitz?
couldn't have been many.
Was it a Nimitz class?
It wasn't the Enterprise or the Ronald Reagan.
No, probably not the Ronald Reagan. No.
I got a buddy who just joined the Navy. Apparently, there's like 12 or more aircraft carriers in the pipeline coming out. And the next most populous Navy of us is somebody has 1 aircraft carrier, and we have like 20.
Oh, well, the United States is responsible for 51% of the spending of the world for war machines, for military.
That's an oddly comforting fact, actually.
Yeah.
I'm on this side.
Well, you want to know the other comforting fact? All those aircraft carriers are making right now are shallow runners.
Uh-oh.
You want to take a guess why?
Because they're going to go attack people?
Because there's a lot of shallow water around the Chinese Sea.
Ooh.
Yep.
Communists might be back, people.
No, they've never left.
The Red Scare is coming up again.
I like China. They make a lot of great things that we like to throw away in our landfills next to our plastic water bottles.
It's true.
Yeah.
Johnny, as you can guess, Donnie is a little, he's not really the one to take orders and stuff, so he gets himself into a situation with a superior officer, and Donnie assaults the guy and gets 18 years in the brig. He punched the dude in the face.
That's assault, brother.
I don't want to overuse it. You scare me with that.
Well, anytime we say the word assault, we got to hit that button.
Hit the button. So while under arraignment, Donnie escapes.
We have done this podcast already, I swear to God.
Dude, I'm going to get a sample where you say again, and we'll just play that.
Oh, my gosh. How many different guys have we been like, and then he just walked out of jail?
How's the Navy letting these people go this easily?
There were tons of these people we've done.
They get him back. It's
okay.
Cool. All right. He escapes again.
Again.
He serves 2 years and is released and court-martialed.
Okay.
So Donnie's out of the Navy. Bums around, playing gigs. He lands in Nashville, Tennessee in 1959. This Music Row executive, a guy named Buddy Killen, signs Donnie to a songwriting deal. And then he lands him a recording deal at Decca Records.
What year?
1959.
Okay.
Donnie calls himself Donny Young.
Donny Young.
So the Ohio Kid is gone, and now we're on Donny Young.
That's kind of his name, though, right?
Yeah. I mean,
What was his last name for real?
Lytle.
Okay.
Donny Young.
Young.
He records 2 rockabilly singles. Neither one hits the charts.
Okay.
He records 2 country singles. Neither one hits the charts.
Not so much.
No. Selling records isn't working, so Donnie gets a gig as a bass player. Insert joke.
Bottom of the barrel. Here you go.
For Porter Wagner and people like Farron Young and Ray Price. He also wrote some music for some people. He wrote "Touch My Heart" for Ray Price, and he wrote "Apartment Number 9" for Tammy Wynette.
So is he would he be considered a studio musician at this point, or just kind of on the fringe?
Gun.
Yeah, just kind of on the fringe and doing whatever he can do. He's cleaning the place at night. He's playing bass during the day. He's writing songs in his off time.
Very good songwriter so far.
Okay.
All right, at this time, too, he hooks up with George Jones.
Okay, we've heard it. Yeah, George
Country
Jones.
music legend George Jones. He's got stuff, his most famous song, you do a good rendition. He stopped loving her today.
Hey, so was it George Jones? He kind of liked to get into the bottle a little bit.
I believe that's correct.
I think he's the one I've heard the story where he got drunk at the bar, and his buddies like, all right, George, time to go. We need to take you home. So they took him home, and then he got pulled over by the. This is probably all not true. He got pulled over by the cops on his driving back to the bar on his lawnmower.
Oh,
because they took his keys and everything away or something. Maybe his car was at the bar.
I've seen people do the lawnmower move before,
and they didn't arrest. They're like, George, just all right. Bob, drive George's lawnmower back to his house. I'm gonna put him in the house. I'm gonna get him some coffee.
As we'll see, we'll get there.
All right, so
people are sympathetic to the country music star's struggle. Let me tell you.
No.
So he's jamming with George Jones. It's like 1960. Donnie's playing bass and steel guitar, and sometimes he sings the high harmonies.
Hey, the steel guitar is a real instrument.
That's a really instrument.
Yeah.
You put it on your lap and.
Yeah, and they got big. Well, I mean, the country ones are big, like console things. They're not. Well, some of them, it looks like a guitar. You lay it on your lap, but then there's other ones that are just big tables, like this table we got here, and there's just strings on it, big and steel string. Big.
So he's got those. He's singing his harmonies. He's on at least 15 albums with George Jones and his band. It's called the Jones Boys.
Okay.
Then sometimes Donnie was the front man.
When singing under the Jones Boys.
Yup. He was the guy.
What do you mean front man? Was George Jones like, hey, I'm taking the day off? Yeah, just go ahead and sing this next song.
You do these next songs, man. So, he's doing good. They had hits like The Race Is On and Love Bug.
Yeah, we've heard The Race Is On and Here Comes Heartache is run through the next side.
Nice.
Something going on, and I'm going after you. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad you're in on that.
That's all I got.
Also, 1960, one of Donnie's songs, Miracle of Love, reaches top 35 status in Cashbox Magazine's country charts.
That sounds like a prestigious group of people there.
Cashbox
Hey, so but he's going on. I mean, he's on the incline from his other things he started to do.
Right.
Like he had 4 or 5 singles that didn't make nothing.
No, now we're in the top 35.
Now we're
at some weird country magazine that.
Yeah. We're not in the inner circle, but we're knocking on the door.
Donnie gets a reputation as a fighter and a drinker.
He's in the country music scene. He's not really, again, putting himself standout sort of crowd. Fighter, drinker, country music scene.
Wait till we get to it later. From 1962 to 1966, Donny keeps his spot with the Jones Boys, and so that's kind of what he does to get himself by.
Yeah, and he's probably making good money.
Right.
Yeah,
now
a living.
Now, during that time, 1965, Donny reinvents himself as Johnny Paycheck.
Okay, I want to hear the story how he got the last name Paycheck, if he got it.
Johnny Paycheck. Now, a lot of how do you think he got it? What do you think it's a reference to?
Paycheck. I mean, the first name, whatever. Paycheck is what I'd focus on. I'm going to take a guess, and he was all, I mean, he had to maybe every time he went into the studio walk away with a paycheck. I don't know. He was really into making money.
There's another notable star of the area, also named Johnny.
Cash? Oh! No shit!
No, not at all. People thought that's what it was, but it wasn't.
I would have never put those two together, but I could see why people would.
Yep.
Yeah.
He actually lifted the name from a Chicago heavyweight boxer, a guy named John Austin Paycheck.
Oh, that's not as exciting as anything.
Well,
I guess he was a fighter.
John Paycheck, he boxed Joe Louis one time.
You know, a lot of people got beat by Joe Louis.
He got knocked out in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So, take that name and shove it. That's foreshadowing. Okay, so Johnny Paycheck is born, and he's still with the Jones Boys. He's still doing some things. And then Johnny starts recording his own songs, too. He records a song called A11 and Heartbreak, Tennessee.
A11? Is
A11.
that in like a reference to a jukebox?
Jukebox? Jukebox. I believe you're correct. It only hits number 26, but A11 stirs up the country music community. It earns him several Grammy nominations.
Really? It only got how high?
35, or 26.
Okay.
So...
and got Grammy nominations.
Johnny, with a guy named Aubrey Mayhew, start a thing called Little Darlin' Records in 1966.
Yeah, there's a place up in Flint called Little Darlings.
There is, isn't there?
There's a billboard for it on the side of the expressway, and my kids always ask me, Dad, that looks like a fun place. Let's go there. Like, yeah, it does look like a fun place.
It's very fun.
Maybe on your 18th birthday or 21st birthday. Yeah. Bring your dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, y'all. Over the next couple years, Johnny's singles are going top 10. I mean, he's got songs like The Love Machine today. He's got songs like Motel Time Again. It's Motel Time Again. Jukebox Charlie. And the one I like the best, Don't Monkey with Another Monkey's Monkey.
Don't monkey with another monkey's monkey.
Don't monkey with another monkey's monkey.
All right. I don't even know how to spell monkey.
Despite his modest success, Johnny's erratic behavior and excessive drinking tanked his Nashville career.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that would be a deal breaker.
Well,
then.
apparently there are levels. So Johnny
levels, Jerry.
Johnny-Donny went too far. All levels. 1969, following the release of Wherever You Are, Little Darlin' Records closes up shop. Bankrupt.
Oh, okay.
Johnny gets arrested for burglary.
Burgle.
To burgle. He burgled someone.
He had some burglary tools.
Rubble. He heads out to California for a 2-year drug and alcohol bender.
What? This is like on an itinerary?
It's planned.
What are we doing for the next few years? We're going to get some drugs and a bunch of alcohol, and we're going to California. All right? Put your seatbelt on.
Deal. Johnny Paycheck is about to start getting interesting here, but we're going to take a break right now, believe it or not.
Yeah, we got to take a break. I got to go do a thing. I can see a man about a horse.
Check out my new break song.
This kind of reminds me of Little Napoleon Dynamite, sort of, you know?
I can't do the dance.
This does not scream Johnny Paycheck, though.
No, it doesn't.
But if Johnny Paycheck was recording today, I bet he'd love it, Brian. All right, break time.
You've been listening to Tales of Music Superstars, but at Intrigue Escape Games in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, you live the Rockstar adventure. The Save the Concert Escape Room at Intrigue Escape Games is Michigan's first Rockstar-themed escape room. You and your friends have 60 minutes to be the heroes, live the adventure, and save the concert. Book your game now at IntrigueEscapeGames.com. IntrigueEscapeGames.com.
Okay, we are back.
Much needed break.
How'd that break go for you?
It was short.
Feel
No pun intended.
Feel 5 pounds lighter. All right, we left off. Johnny's on a bender.
In California,
drinking.
playing bender. Yeah, I like that.
CB
CB, like good buddy.
cut. CBS executive. Fucking A.
Huh. Brian's not feeling. He's a little under the weather. We're gonna give him a pass today, not being perfect with all of his enunciation.
It's all the drugs, bro.
It's
all
the
the
lack of
drugs.
drugs, I think.
I need more stimulants in my life. Stimulating.
Here, why are you drinking coffee? Get coffee.
1971, CBS executive Nick Hunter does some detective work on the mean streets, and he finds Johnny.
That sounds like a detective name.
Nick Hunter.
Nick Hunter.
Nick Hunter. Remember Hunter? That
Hunter,
was a
yeah.
detective show. I don't think his first
What
name
was the
Nick.
chick's name on that Hunter show?
I can't do this.
What?
It's too much of a non sequitur. I don't know. That's too far out. That chick's name. I'd have
No,
to,
there was that
There was.
that
There's
brunette.
always a girl.
Yeah.
Always.
All right. If anybody knows, write us on the Instagram.
Johnny doesn't have a girl, but he gets cleaned up and he gets himself signed to Epic Records.
That's a name.
That's a big name.
Yeah.
Johnny's back on the charts, number 2 with "She's All I Got."
That's all you got?
That's his whole melody. That's what he's got, one good melody, and that's what he does. It's great. Same year, Johnny's arrested,
All right. Now we're getting to the crime part.
convicted of check forgery. The quote was passing a dud check at a Holiday Inn.
A dud check.
Yeah, as a dud check.
A dud. I never heard it referred to as a dud check.
Dud.
A bad check, or yeah.
The judge must have been a music fan because Johnny gets a suspended sentence.
A lot of judges out there are music fans. A
Apparently.
few mayors, a
Country
few
music
judges,
fans,
yeah.
yeah.
Or governors and judges give all these country guys that are in jail like easy stays.
Over the next 4 years, Johnny will have an additional 12 hit singles.
Okay, so now he's doing good.
He's killing it.
He's mainstream.
Yeah, he's basically
Household
mainstream.
name.
Right.
Yeah. And
Not-
what kind of year are we looking at here?
Well, that would have been
Like 60,
75.
75. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting to be a middle-aged older gentleman.
1976, Johnny is named in a paternity suit, and he got IRS and tax problems, and he's bankrupt.
You know,
Spirit of 76.
yeah, you know that
haunted his life.
the life of these musicians is also, you got to understand, just because you play music really good or you're a tremendous actor
Well.
doesn't mean, well, what?
If you play music really well.
Or good. Just whatever.
Both kinds.
I play it well and good. So you're not prepared for life. I mean, you're not
No.
a good accountant. You're not maybe good at writing your bills or knowing you even got to pay taxes on this stuff.
Right.
I mean, think about it. This guy's been playing music on the street since he was 15.
9 or whatever.
Well, no, he left home
Oh,
at
yeah,
15.
yeah. He left home at 15. Right.
He had no home ec class to teach him how to
No.
do this stuff. So I don't think these musicians are trying to get away with something, especially back then.
That lack of boundaries is what
Yeah.
you're claiming?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just lack of knowledge.
Johnny shifts his musical style to put him more in step with the emerging outlaw country music. So there's,
Did he play on the Outlaws?
he did not play in the Outlaws, but he knew a bunch of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still, 1976, Johnny's first outlaw country album, 11 Months and 29 Days, comes out.
11 months. What was that?
Well, coincidentally, that was the length of his suspended sentence
Oh.
from the forged check charge. So
So they gave him just under a year and they suspended
he's
it.
just like, ha, that's my new record title. It had a picture of Johnny behind bars on the album art.
But he never went behind bars.
Nope. Well, I
Alright.
mean, he's been in jail and been arrested.
Little
and stuff,
bit.
But prison, no. 1977, Johnny's biggest hit, written by David Allen Coe.
Take this job and shove it. Dun, dun. I ain't working here no more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about this one a little bit.
You got it. Take this job and shove it. Spends 2 weeks at number 1, becomes the anthem for the working class, and inspires a movie by the same name.
Yeah, I remember watching that movie as a kid.
Johnny Paycheck got a gig in that movie. He was, quote, man with hamburgers. That wasn't even on a card. I just remember that.
Man with hamburgers.
Man with hamburgers. What a title. All right, 1981.
Now I want a hamburger, Brian. Seriously, dude.
We'll see if I can change your mind. 1981, Johnny appears on The Dukes of Hazzard. He plays himself.
Oh.
Playing Take This Job and Shove It at the Boar's Nest.
At the, like Daisy walking around there and
Look
serving
at that girl,
drinks.
them Daisy Dukes on.
Roscoe Pico train.
Look at them girls, them Daisy Dukes on.
Boss Hog yelling at everybody in a big cigar.
Did no one pick up the innuendo? Enos, Cletus, Boss Hog. I mean,
we
dude.
we all get it.
It's like, why do I like Daisy in that Jeep so much? I didn't understand.
It was a big penis show.
Well, this is the thing, is that in the scene, Johnny is getting a ticket from Roscoe, and so he's arguing with Boss Hog, and Roscoe's like, you can't sing that song here, because like the contents of the song, and Roscoe ticketed him, and then Johnny's like, oh, Boss Hog.
and them Duke boys.
Them Duke boys come running through, and anyway, so yeah, he's on TV. He's doing the Dukes of Hazzard. He's got a bunch of hit music and stuff like that.
So who sang the
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings, yeah, for the Dukes of Hazzard, yeah,
Yep.
that was him.
Just a good old boys. Need no harm. Beat all you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they were born. I thought it was Daisy was born, but that's don't get in trouble with the law. All right, 1981, on a flight from Denver to Wyoming.
Wyoming. We needed listeners from Wyoming, thank you very much.
So I put it in there. Johnny sued for slander by a Frontier Airlines flight attendant after he started a fight on a plane.
What?
Quote, you can tell that bitch I've got my seatbelt on. Apparently.
That's not right to do or say. But how's that slander?
It cost him $175,000.
Hey, you want to hear an airplane story?
Very shortly. Actually, yes.
No, the airplane story I heard on the way down here. No, so, okay, some dude. I'm going to give you one guess on where this dude was from after I tell the story, Brian. Yeah, Brian's turn to guess the state. No, so this dude got asked to deboard a plane as they were looking at his checked luggage under the x-ray stuff. I guess the stuff you check, they still kind of make sure there's not a bomb in it or whatever.
Okay.
He had a RPG.
Oh.
Yeah, RPG.
I bought this overseas. I was
He
just
had
bringing it home.
and so it was a disassembled rocket launcher thing.
Rocket-propelled grenade.
Yeah.
RPG.
And he had a little like grenade with it and stuff in his check bag. And they
wow.
like, sir, could you please step over here? And it come to find out it was a replica, but that's still you can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, he's not supposed to do that. You want to guess where he was from?
Florida.
Yay! Yeah, Florida. Good job, Brian.
It's a pretty solid bet.
I want to start just every story, every one of our podcasts. I want to put a Florida story. I hear them all the time.
Some genius has a podcast just about crimes in Florida.
Do they really?
They must, dude.
Oh,
it's such a genius play. It's everywhere, right?
A guy getting pulled over for having a drunken driving, and there's an alligator.
Riding shotgun.
Yeah, okay. That probably doesn't not. If you're a Florida police state trooper, doesn't even phase you.
Probably not.
No. All right.
There's
shout out to we love you, Florida. By the way, we do.
No, I've been there several times.
We have so much material from that state.
So okay, he gets booted off the plane, charged a bunch of money. April 1982, Johnny goes to a woman's house after a concert in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
He gets arrested for allegedly raping the woman's 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, please, enough! I like these people, Brian. Until you take the curtain back.
Charges are reduced. Johnny is fined and given probation. Someone said it was more akin to statutory rape.
Oh, no, that makes it better.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Johnny denies the charge, but said it all started with a drug deal.
Yeah, okay, whatever, R. Kelly.
Oh, we'll get there. Just wait for that to pan out.
Yeah, we can't do one on R. Kelly yet. That story is not fully written.
Not at all. December 19th, 1985, Hillsboro, Ohio. Johnny's headed back home to see his mom.
Oh, wow. Mom's got to be quite old at this point.
I would say.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people, not me or you, I'm sure, but Johnny decides to grab a quick drink first before he goes home to see his mom for the holidays.
Sometimes you got to pound a couple on the way to see your parents.
He heads into North High Lounge. It's 20 miles outside of his hometown of Greenfield.
Yeah, it'd be like me stopping at home and hitting Skips up real quick, or Kathy's.
Yeah, no, right. Like,
yeah,
your local watering hole, and you're like,
drinks.
hey, I haven't been here in a while. Let's see who's still kicking around. Well, country music fan and Greenfield native Larry Wise is at the bar that night. Larry starts chatting up Johnny. Johnny just wants to be left alone.
Enter annoying fan.
Oh, God. And the dude keeps like, hey, man, how's it going? You remember that song you wrote? That was so cool. Like that one line, like, take this job and shove it. Like he was really into it. So with motivations unknown, Larry offers to take Johnny home and cook him a meal of deer meat and turtle soup.
Put me down, man. Those are if I ever have a fan, I hope they cook me turtle soup.
Okay. Johnny.
What the fuck?
Johnny
turtle
quote.
Soup?
Turtle soup. Not mock turtle soup, but turtle soup.
Served in its own shell.
In Ohio. Where are you getting the turtles? There's no water.
They have streams and stuff. They just don't have a big enough stream for a barge, I don't think. Other than like the Ohio Valley and the that whatever river.
Johnny, quote, you see me as some kind of hick?
Yes. Yes.
Continued. I don't like you. I'm going to mess you up.
Messed you up.
Johnny reaches around his hip looking for his gun, a .22 caliber pistol.
Oh my gosh. If you're going to carry a gun for self-protection, I'm just saying, a .22's not it. You could shoot people with a .22 in the heat of a battle, and they don't even know it.
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Minutes away, Ben. Way to spoil. Larry Wise, quote, I never seen the gun, and I never heard the shot. The bullet grazes Larry's head, causing bleeding above his right eye. He said, quote, he blowed my hat off. I guess he took it as a personal insult.
The turtle soup?
Turtle soup and deer meat. Yeah. So, there you go.
Hey, I like deer meat. I don't eat deer meat all day.
Johnny claimed he only carried the pistol because he had the emphysema, and he couldn't physically fight someone. So, that's why he carried
I
the gun.
can't physically fight anybody. I've never been good at fights. I can tell you a story or two. I'm not good at fights. I know I'm not good at fights. But what I am good at is avoiding a fight. I don't want to get in a fight.
Right.
Never do I want to get in a fight.
I'm not good at fighting either.
I mean,
in a very structured way. You put me in a gym or something, I can fight people, but not in a bar with 22s and knives and crowbars.
No. I'm going to hop behind the bar and pour a beer.
Johnny gets arrested for aggravated assault. And
That's it? He shot a guy in the head, Brian.
It was a total of 9 years, honestly, technically. We're right there. He gets arrested, and the aggravated assault spends 4 years appealing the sentence. That's what I'm saying.
While he's in the prison.
Well, Merle Haggard and George Jones post bail for him of $50K, and that gets Johnny out during the appeals process.
Oh, okay.
So 4 years on bail, appealing for a 9-year sentence.
Well, he's not in jail, though.
No, he's not. With the appeals process over, 1989, Johnny is sent to Chillicothe Correctional Institute.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
I did.
All right.
Minimum security facility.
If he escapes, I swear to God.
No, Chillicothe is just a callback to the David Allen Coe episode. But while in, Merle Haggard comes along and starts playing some shows there.
Okay.
Jamming, so.
That seems to be a thing they did with the country people back in the day.
Merle apparently specifically comes to see Johnny because he knew he was in and having a bad time.
They're buddies.
Right. They recorded an album together while they were in prison.
All right, that's...
No one's ever heard it.
Seriously?
Yep. Secret album.
Like, where is it at now?
Merle's house, maybe. He's dead. I don't know.
Somewhere. Well, I'm sure somebody's heard it, but it's never been...
Some record company owns. Oh, no, they wouldn't because it's private and it's them. So somebody's heard it. But anyway.
Some people probably, get drunk and listen to it, and it's my grandpa or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Or maybe it's on YouTube. It's probably on
YouTube.
Pandora.
1990, Johnny is $1.6 million in debt, mainly to the IRS.
I'm telling you, man, these guys are not prepared for money.
He declares bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy.
While he's inside, though, in prison, this is all happening while he's in prison, he earns his high school diploma.
All right, well, he's now job eligible when he gets out.
And another country music fan, Governor of Ohio, Richard Celeste, pardons Johnny.
Huh. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe you don't need to know anything as a star.
Just some good country licks.
Yeah.
Oh, Governor Celeste, won't you come let me free?
Just about, right?
January 10th, 1991, Johnny Paycheck is released.
Again.
Free on some conditions. He's got parole.
Yeah, he's got to go to the governor's house and play a little party.
He's got his parole stuff. He's got 200 hours of community service. He's got to do anti-drug talks to kids, and he has to stay clean and sober.
That's probably tough.
I bet it is. He heads back out on tour.
How do you? Now I know they check you. I mean, your parole officer can come at any minute, make you pee in a cup. But staying clean and sober, I think, is probably like you're just not supposed to do it. But we know you're gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you all see he's gonna fail again. It's coming. I don't want it to be true. I want him to learn, but all right, he's back out on tour here in the 90s, 91 or so, 92. He writes a duet with George Jones. That's sort of the last thing he does, right? It's with George Jones is The Last Outlaws, Alive and Doing Well.
Wow. Okay. I don't know that I've heard that.
I haven't either. The Last Outlaws, Alive and Doing Well.
I have to check that one up.
The Last Outlaw.
Yeah, it's probably exactly the way it sounds.
He continues to tour the country. He gives his court mandated speeches to the kids.
That's nice.
1997, Johnny becomes a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yep, the Ryman Auditorium.
I'm rubbing off on you. It's the longest running radio show broadcast in the U.S. history. If you don't know, guys, for the Grand Ole Opry, it's a weekly show out of Nashville. It's live. They have a lot of country music stars.
I think everybody's heard of the Grand Ole Opry.
It's the Saturday Night Live of country music. So like you have a cast, but then other people will come in and star.
Who did I just hear was in there? Somebody I
Johnny Paycheck.
No. Just like this last week.
Oh,
I think it was Billy Strings.
Billy Strings.
Yeah, I think he was just there this week. Maybe he's there right now.
I like the country names. It's pretty good. 1998, January. Johnny's got some health problems springing up. He's got the emphysema, he's got the asthma, and he's got the diabetes.
And the COPD.
Yeah. It's
he's on
all
oxygen.
It's all from the past drinking and drug use, man.
He's probably a smoker if he's got the emphysema then too.
Yeah, I mean, imagine
yeah.
back in the day. Johnny is airlifted to Albuquerque, New Mexico after having an asthma attack.
No, yeah, he airlifted. Where was he airlifted from? Like Ohio?
No, I think he was somewhere out on tour in New Mexico.
Okay.
Right,
I mean,
the
they
West
didn't like,
Coast.
hey, let's go as far away as we can. Take this guy who's almost not breathing anymore.
This guy's an a-hole. Let's. Yep, no, the nearest center, sir, is in California. I know we're in Michigan.
There's going to be a stop in Washington
we
State,
gotta
one in
refuel.
Argentina first.
Can't get over the Rockies without refueling. Johnny's last contribution was Daryl Singletary's re-recording of Johnny's song, Old Violin. So this guy, Daryl, re-records one of Johnny's songs called Old Violin, and Johnny does like a spoken recitation from his hospital bed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
And what was the guy that...
Daryl Singletary.
I've heard, I don't know.
Daryl. I used to heckle Daryl Strawberry in the old days.
Oh, is this
Sitting
a
up in
Russ
his stick.
Simpsons reference, Brian?
Shush. They hurt his feelings. He started crying. All right. So February 18th, 2003, Johnny Paycheck dies peacefully in his sleep.
2003?
Yeah. Unlike the rest of the people in the car Johnny was driving.
Ba-dum-bum.
No, he did. He was age 64. He was in Nashville at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, and
Wasn't very old.
The partying got up to him. He got married 3 times. He has had 1 son and 2 daughters.
Didn't you say he had a paternity suit, though, too? Was that one of the one involved in there?
They never clear that up. They like to do the hush money back then. So
Yeah,
I tried
yeah.
researching. I was like, and then the very last thing was he had 1 son. I'm like, all right, what's his name? No idea. 2 daughters, huh? That was just in like one article. So,
Yeah, wasn't there a kid or dude, an adult,
a dude
that came, again, there should be some music for when Ben tells a story that's completely wrong. Yeah, it's crickets.
I'm kidding, buddy.
Didn't somebody come up and say was it one of our president's kids here recently?
For what now?
Like Bill Clinton has a illegitimate kid out there, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I think I did hear something
Whatever
about
happened
that.
with that?
The
Hush money.
Clinton Foundation took care of that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anymore. Hear the drones coming at us now.
Yeah, as you're driving away in your new Ferrari.
Yeah. Jeez. How did that one guy who was going to report on the Clinton Foundation shoot himself twice in that? That's dedicated suicide. Like.
There was a string of deaths that were
no
a little
bump stocks.
suspicious following. I mean, there's some old real estate things that fell through, and all of a sudden, the realtor's dead.
How did that happen? He walked in front of his own car while it was driving.
I've never seen somebody so fortunate to have so many people die around you that you could put you to jail.
It's really weird.
Whatever.
It's really weird.
Like they're all corrupt, man. I'm convinced.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them.
I came up with the politics hypothesis a while ago. You're in politics because you have money or you want money. Boom.
Power.
August 3rd, 2013. Fuck me.
Poor Brian. Brian, everybody, let's just take one moment
No, I'm gonna
to
edit
bow
this.
our heads. No, we're not editing anything. I know. Yeah, Brian always, I'm editing. I'm gonna clip this out. No, we're gonna all bow our heads and say a little prayer for Brian. He's sick. He's got a sniffle.
I'm congested.
He's congested, and he needs us to lay hands on him and pray. He's okay. Here, dear Lord,
That's a little low with the hand placement.
please give Brian the power to get through the last 2 cards in this podcast without totally and utterly dissolving and falling apart into a big pile of goo on the floor in front of me. Amen.
Wow. Thanks, Ben. Thoughts and prayers. August 3rd, 2013, Chattanooga Times Free Press has a quote. Says, quote, "Time and time again, we made it clear to our writers and reporters that no Johnny Paycheck references or quotes are to be ever used, ever." End quote.
What?
The Chattanooga Times, it's a newspaper.
Yeah.
And so every time like something came up, the writers would put, "You can take this highway tax and shove it," or "You can do this and shove it." Like it was just repeated over and over in the headlines.
They didn't want that anymore?
Right. And so the management was like, "No more Johnny Paycheck quotes. Come on, assholes. We get it."
It's like our audience in this podcast getting pissed about Seinfeld quotes, The Office quotes, Simpsons quotes.
Non sequiturs. God.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, man. All right. So his last quote, because I like to finish all these with the quote from Johnny Paycheck himself, Donnie Barnes, whoever it is. Quote, "Always go hard and fast enough so that when you hit the ditch, you can pull out the other side."
All right. I'm going to regale you with a story of my youth.
Teed it up for you, didn't I?
We grew up, maybe not as rich as everybody else around us. We were poor. And we always had piece of junk cars. Just growing up, pieces of junk.
At least you had a car.
Oh, I'm using air quotes. It was a car. And so Matt and I were at my house one day, and I think we're just 16, and we're going to take the old family jalopy out for a ride or go to the store. And I'm just got my driver's license. And on the way out the door, Matt and I are walking out the door. My old man, he yells at me, "Hey, if the steering goes out on that thing, try to ditch it."
Oh, God.
and I'm like,
What?
"All right, Dad." I mean, it didn't even faze me. I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna. How am I gonna do? How am I gonna ditch it?" And Matt's looking at me with these big, huge eyes, going, "What does that mean? Why are we saying this?
What is that about?"
What do you know that I don't know?" And I don't want to ditch it anywhere. He still tells that. Matt's like, if the steering goes out on it, just ditch it.
Just ditch it. Not a bad plan.
All right. Well, Johnny Paycheck.
That sort of wraps it up this week for Johnny Paycheck.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. There's a group of people we've talked about from this era in this genre.
Oh yeah.
That I always felt like bad. I was getting, Johnny Paycheck, Merle Haggard, this, that, and the other guy all confused sometimes. We didn't grow up listening to that music as much.
No. Little before our time.
A little before our time, and plus at my house it was more of a 70s rock and roll sort of vibe. It wasn't as much country and western.
Right.
But I don't feel so bad that I get these guys mixed up still a little bit in my head because he's got the same story as all the rest of these guys. They're all hoboing it around the country, busking for money, shooting people in the heads with a gun and fighting. Other than that little issue he had with that 12-year-old and a bad drug deal.
Drug deal, that went really bad.
Johnny Paycheck's okay.
Johnny Paycheck,
All right.
everybody. If you like that sort of thing, share with people on social medias. Go to SpeakPipe, leave a message. Would you like to hear the SpeakPipe message we got?
Oh, we got one?
We got a SpeakPipe message. Because, guys, again, no names, no emails required. You can just come and listen and say whatever you want.
All right, here. I can't wait. I'm excited.
SpeakPipe. SpeakPipe.
That was Tony SpeakPipe.
There you go, everybody.
And we don't know who that was or nothing.
So if you want to be someone who doesn't know what that is, go to our website, crimeandmusic.com, or check out our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
I like that guy.
If you like it too, leave a SpeakPipe. I know I've said it like 5 times in the last couple minutes, but every other Wednesday we'll bring you a new crime podcast, and if you want to be part of it, just come and join the community, y'all.
Thanks for listening.
Like the song says, never trust a big butt and smile.
Why?